Today, we are going to study the conditional with the present. But first, let's look at 4 conditional tenses. Look at these conditional sentences and pay attention to the tenses used. Conditional simple. I would dance. I would dance every day if you came. Conditional continuous. I would be dancing. I would be dancing now if you were here. Conditional perfect. I would have danced. I would have danced if you had come. Conditional perfect continuous. I would have been dancing. I would have been dancing a lot if you had come. All these conditional tenses are formed with the modal verb would. Do you remember how we used the modal verb will to form future tenses? I bet you do. Well, in the same way, the modal verb would is used to form conditional tenses. For example, I work is in the present. I will work is in the future. And I would work is in the conditional. Conditional tenses may seem a bit complicated, but actually they're not. You will study them later on in the course. Today, we are going to learn present conditional sentences. Let's start with an example. If you mix red and yellow, you get orange. Conditional sentences always have 2 clauses. In this case, we have if you mix red and yellow, and you get orange. And as you can see, the verbs in both clauses are in the present. This conditional is used when the result of the condition is always true, like a scientific fact. The important thing about this conditional is that the condition always has the same result. Instead of if, we can use when or whenever. So, we could also say, when you mix red and yellow, you get orange. Let me give you more examples of present conditional sentences. If you turn this key, the engine starts. If you add salt, it tastes better. Or, when you add salt, it tastes better. If they get water, flowers look better. Or, whenever they get water, flowers look better. Now, let's take a look at how to use present, imperative, conditional sentences. We use present, imperative, conditional sentences to give advice or orders. Remember that the imperative has the same form as the infinitive, but without to. Look at these examples. If it rains, take an umbrella. If you come home late, come in quietly. If you see Harry, tell him to phone me. If you like Chinese food, go to the pagoda. Now, let's look at more examples of the conditional with the present. The following examples use the structures we have just learned. If you press this button, the engine starts. If you don't like beer, drink wine. If you eat at the Ritz, it costs a lot of money. If you can't read this, you need glasses. If you see Jim, ask him to call me. If the traffic lights are amber, you must stop. If you eat a lot, you get fat.